When they announced this film 2 years ago, I was like, why are they making that? And after seeing the film last night, my new question is, why did they make that? What I liked about the film first, Gerard Butler as Stoic the Brave, I enjoyed. It was cool seeing him go from voicing the character in the animation to playing him in live action, and he does a good job of it. He was convincing as the character, and he's by far the best presence and the best member of the cast. Generally speaking, it's a visually appealing film. The CGI for the dragons is pretty good. The dragons are fairly well realised. Toothless is by far the highlight of the film. Every scene between him and Hiccup and them bonding and growing closer are the best scenes in the film, and some of those scenes genuinely put a smile on my face. Toothless is as endearing and lovable as you want him to be, as the film wants him to be, and every time he's on screen, that's when the film is at its best. The scenes of Hiccup and Toothless flying around were also pretty good. The cinematography there was nice. But the thing is, as a whole, the film is kind of an uninspired remake because it doesn't really excel on its own merits. I haven't watched the original How to Train Your Dragon animation since before the third film came out, so early 2019. So I couldn't remember a lot about it. But as I was watching this film, it was constantly reminding me of the original. I was like, oh yeah, this from the original, that from the original, that from the original. It was like a crash course for the original film, which is not great considering it's retelling the story and trying to be a new version of it. And all it was doing was reminding me of the original version and how much better the original version was. This film is completely inoffensive, completely watchable, and there's no aspect of this film that I'm going to pinpoint and say that was bad. There was nothing in the film that I specifically disliked per se. It's just nothing about the film really stands out as an adaptation, a remake, or as a film in general. While there's nothing that I can pinpoint that's really bad, there's nothing else that I can really pinpoint that's really exceptional or great either. And it's surprising because it's the same director as the original animated films, and that's what gave me a bit of hope for this, because with the same director coming back and adapting the story into live action, I was like, okay, there's going to be some love brought to this, it's going to feel inspired, he's going to really want to do justice to the story and put it in a new medium and bring it to life in a whole new way. But it kind of doesn't. Again, not saying it's a poorly made film, and you can kind of feel some of the love for the material, it's just, there's nothing new brought to it. It's the same story, just done in live action, and nothing about the film really popped as a film by itself. There was something about the film's flaw that just felt a bit off, like there was something missing. There was no great pace to it, and no pun intended, the film just never really took off for me. I was waiting for it to capture my heart and just soar into wonderful territory, but it just never got there. Something else as well, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but Mason, whatever his name is, the actor who plays Hiccup, the kid from the Black Phone, I thought he was kind of bland and one note in this film. And I think if they got a slightly better actor to sell the emotions of Hiccup, it might have actually brought the film up a couple of notches. I can't think of any other reason for this film existing other than DreamWorks and Universal seeing what Disney were doing and the billions of dollars they were making while doing it and deciding that they wanted a piece of that pie, and thus a live-action How to Train Your Dragon was commissioned. Again, it's not a terrible film, it's completely watchable. I did not dislike watching it. There were some good aspects to it, and there were things in the film I genuinely liked. I enjoyed the finale with the Queen Dragon, but it's just as I was watching it, I was fluctuating between the occasional smile and feelings of indifference. In the end, this is another live-action remake of a beloved animated film that just doesn't quite justify its existence, and it fails to stand on its own 2 feet.